over this in like a YouTube video. If you have dogs and you want to feed them human food on a budget, I'm here to help you with that. They eat pretty much their every night meal is chicken, sweet potato, green beans, or broccoli, depending on what I have, and then rice. Usually I make like a turmeric black pepper rice, not too heavy on the black pepper, just enough to absorb it. Because you know, if you have black pepper with turmeric, it helps absorb it properly more, so your body can utilize it. Along with chicken stock for the rice, because it's also good to have good fats in there with the turmeric, so that both black pepper and the chicken stock with the fattiness in it helps it the turmeric absorb into the body better, the inflammation and everything. Um, but by the way, before Christmas, I will be having my merch back up. I have this list and I forgot. Like, we were doing things to where people would get like a free sweatshirt at the end or free. Oh, sorry. You're okay. You're okay. Free sweatshirt or free shirt. So it's only because, like, if I only had 15 bucks in my account and one of you made an order of a shirt, it costs like 25 bucks, even though you paid 35. I wouldn't get the 35 until I paid for the shirt. So I need it to be like a little more financially stable before I can reopen my merch line. But we'll have Hoi Minyoy shirts and sweatshirts on dock, lanyards, cups. And it's just going to be Hoi Minyoy stuff at first, okay? What kind of merch? I may try and get one. Sweatshirts, hoodies, beanies. I want to make some cups, some lanyards, some magnets, stickers. And it's really just a logo that I made. It says Me Hoi Minyoy, but it's like metal font that I made. Because I like metal font, but I want it to look like branches, like trees, because I love trees, if you didn't know that. Hence my arm tattoo. I love my hoodie, hats, and beanies. Hell yeah, me too. And perfect time with, you know, the holidays and the cold weather and stuff. I love the hoodies and beanies. I love them so much. Yeah, Mark has a few of them. I have a few of them, so I'll probably wear them and show them off in a little bit. I had a girl who was doing them for me, but unfortunately, like every time I got an order, it was like, how long did it take you to get yours, Mark? Like, it took like 6 months. And she was constantly asking me to promote her. And so I would, because I'd be so happy, like, oh, she's doing my merch. But yeah, but then like she would turn around and put me last on the back burner of everything, even my own merch. Like, not just people that I had ordering through her. Like, I'd put Mark's order through, right? And it took months while she was getting people's stuff out like next day, the week of. And then I would ask her about it, and she's like, "Oh yeah," it gives some shisty excuse. And the thing is like she asked me for like help with her business, and I gave her all my business tips, everything I knew about promoting business, online promoting. I gave her everything that I could to help her, you know. And um, there was one time, like, what I really want, yeah, months, like just to make a T-shirt, just to make, and what it is like she prints it out on a specific paper or whatever, and she has a press that presses it on, so it doesn't take that long, you know. So I was like, I don't want to be a bitch. Like, I know you're busy, but like I paid you money for this, you know. And so I don't know why she did that, but I had to stop using her because like she would give me like free stuff, but free stuff that I don't use, you know, that I would never order, that I would never use. And then she would mess up my shirt or like the item as well. And I'd be like, hey, this is like messed up. It's late and it's messed up. And then she would give me a free one. And I'm like, listen, like, if you would just do it right the first time, you wouldn't be struggling financially, you know? So for a while, yeah, she was really unreliable. But she was going through a lot. To be fair, not to blow her business out there, but she has a shitty ass husband. He's not reliable. She's taking care of all of his kids. And women do this, men do this too, where they overextend themselves to take care of problems that are other people's, you know? Which is why, like, I'm grateful for you guys helping me with my problems, but I often remind you guys, like, put yourself first. If you don't have money, don't worry about me, okay? We will find a way to make this happen, whatever it is. But she's just overextending herself. And there was one point where, like, I was telling her, like, hey, I know your car is going through shit. Like, when I get to the point where I'm doing well, I would love to be able to stream to get you like a new car. We could raise like $5,000 and get you a new car. And people love the whole idea of like helping a mom that's a businesswoman and trying to get on her feet, and her car's been a piece of shit and she needs to get her kids to and from school. You know, I was like, let me help you out with that. And things started going downhill for me, and she was still expecting me to do that. And she posted like a passive aggressive status, like saying like essentially like, oh, you only say these things to look good, but when it comes to doing them, you don't care to help. As if I'm supposed to drop everything and help her get a car when I'm literally like, once again, like dying, bedridden. This is like peak of my health getting terrible, like downfall, you know. And so I was a little offended by that. I knew she was being passive aggressive in her Facebook post towards me, and I was like, "Wow, that's really fucked up." Like, did you just expect me to like go ahead and like sacrifice rent and stuff to make sure you're okay? Because you've never once sacrificed anything to make sure I'm okay. As a matter of fact, you like blow me off a million times. I have to keep on asking you like, "Hey, where's my merch? Hey, Mark's messaging me. It's been about 6 months since he's got his one sweatshirt. Where is it?" And then she'd get irritated at me. And it was just like, okay, dude, I can't support your business anymore. That was literally the last message I sent her. I was like, this is why I just cannot support your business. I can't, she wants me to promote her. I'm not going to promote you when this is how you treat me. What in your right mind thinks I'm going to promote a business that won't even give me my stuff on time, won't give me we'll call Mark a customer in this scenario because he was like a customer, right? So the customer that is from me, you taking forever to get them their stuff. Why would I promote you when you have the shittiest work times? And then on top of that, it's always wrong. Like the design is always wrong. It's always fucked up. It's lifting somewhere or something like that. So the site that I use, it's, a bigger site. They do this for tons of people. What is it called? Like Printify or some shit like that. And I can just use that. I was trying to support a small business, but really, like, I understand she has a lot on her plate, but I think she was like, I don't know. I don't think she really liked me. I think a lot of people, she went to school with me. She saw me in school. I never knew her in school. But I think what happened in the beginning when I first started my content creating is I was so worried about helping others rise up with me, because I knew I was going to get big. And like through that, there was like resentfulness and whatever. And like, well, you have all of this. Why can't I have some? Because I'm fucking dying, literally. Like, hello, and it just like was not good. So I had to put her down. That sounds wrong. I had to say no more and utilize businesses that I can make it work for me. So yeah, hello. Yeah, so probably I hope like October or November time we'll maybe like Black Friday we'll reopen the shop, and it's not going to be anything crazy. It's just going to be, before I was doing random designs and stuff, and I might keep them up, but it's more going to be just me, Hoi Mignoy, and Hoi Mignoy merch. So yeah, um, I feel that I became a single parent. Single parents are great though. My dad was a single parent, and although he struggled, I didn't really miss having a mom or anything. She couldn't do it. She was sad. Yeah, she was juggling a lot, and I think there was like two kids who were on the spectrum, autistic, and I think she took care of like four kids. And on top of that, she's that kind of friend that overextends herself to everyone. So she's also offering to take care of her friends' kids. One's like got dwarfism, another one is normal but hyperactive, and her friend isn't paying her adequately, so she's like overextending herself to her friend, and so she's expecting that from me, and I'm like, not gonna happen. That's one thing that I've worked hard on, is knowing where my boundaries are. And people get pissed off, and if people get pissed off at your boundaries, just a reminder, those are the people that you probably need to cut off, or if anything that you should have the boundaries around. um, it's a full-time job that you can't fail at. Exactly. Agreed. She can be challenging, especially at that age that she's now. She thinks she knows everything. Well, I don't think you outgrow that. I'm a woman at 30, and I still think that. But to be fair, I research a lot, and I only open my mouth when I know something. I'm glad you'll be able to walk again fully. Just me too. Me too, Utopia. Thank you. Can you do an impression of Doodle Bob? I can't really. I don't know how people do it. I can do the me hoi menyoy. Like that one's easy. But when he's like, like that's all I can do. I'll definitely check out your merch and grab some if I can. Hell yeah. Nothing too crazy. It's just I'll have I'll have like chaotic good on some shirts because that's my podcast name. I'll have me hoi menyoy in some shirts. We'll have some sweatpants. We'll have some sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, crop tops, maybe even some panties for the girlies. And I can promote those. Boxers for the boys, unless you want a thong too. Go at it, brother. But lanyards, stickers, glasses, maybe shot glasses, mugs, the basic necessities of merch items, Yeah, sweatshirts, like the non-hooded kind, the pullover, and then like hoodies is what I call like a sweatshirt with a hood. There's zip up ones, there's non-zip up ones like pullover hoodie, there's a zip up one, which I have both. I don't know what you have, Mark. I know, don't you have a t-shirt and a hoodie? I forget. Um, a thong too? Sign me up. All right. Hell yeah. So yeah, we'll have those all open here this year for sure when things are financially stable, which I think is going to be coming up here soon. So let me show you Dale Chihuly real quick before we get into what I want to talk about. I want to get a beer tonight at the gas station, so it's like a big deal to me. I could have ordered a beer with my food, but what I really wanted was to like push myself to like firstly like go out in public like with my cane. A lot of people stare at me and I struggle, and it's annoying that people stare. And I also think they stare because look at me. Even when I'm not on my cane, they stare, but when I'm on my cane and struggling, I feel more self-conscious because I think they're judging how I'm struggling to walk and stuff like that. So I've been telling myself like the last few months, like, okay, once I make rent, I'm gonna walk into the gas station with my cane and get a beer, and that's gonna be like a symbolic moment for me. Like health is getting better and everything. So I really want a beer after this week. And they're like $3, so they're not too bad. But I'm like, okay, I think this is the day where even though I'm still on my cane, like I can walk a little easier on my cane and get in and get out, and that's gonna be like a mission accomplished. Come back home, eat my little. I have like a little sausage cheese thing that I like to get. That's like a pre-done thing, um, and so I got one of those to enjoy with my beer tonight because I knew I was gonna go get a beer. Um, and Chihuly. If you look up Chihuly in general, you would just find the work that he does. But oh, he's so cute. I didn't know he looked like that. That's so cute. Um, let's see. What can I? Is it this one? Is it this one? I think so. Yeah. Let's put it up here more. Oops. There we go. So this is Dale Chihuly. He's a glass blower. Look how cute he is. Isn't he very cute? Um, you know what he kind of reminds me of is that guy from Harry Potter. Do you know who I'm talking about? Hold up. Harry Potter character with eye patch and fake eye. I don't remember his name. Hold on. And I don't mean this in a mean way because Del Chihuly is a much more attractive version. I wouldn't say attractive, but he looks cute. This guy. Oh, Lord. So this is like his evil Alistair Moody. This is like his evil cousin. Okay. Yeah. So, hold on. This is taking forever. Sorry. Let's close that. But Dale Chihuly, there we go. Yeah, that's his evil cousin. He's like, I don't associate with him. He grew up Mormon. He left the church at like 9 years old and ran away from home. Anyway, so this is Dale Chihuly. I've grown up seeing his artwork because my grandma had some of his glass in our home. She had books on books of his artwork, and he makes the most beautiful pieces, giant sculpture, like what do you call it, chandelier pieces. Like when I'm a millionaire, you will know because like these are the pieces that he does. Like they are absolutely. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see. Who cares about my face right now? But they're absolutely insane. Like that's just all individual glass that he's blown and put together. Here's one. Like my grandma had a book full of these, and I remember like bookmarking all of my favorite ones. This is another one he did. This was a ceiling piece that he did, and like that obviously they're like suspended and stuff. And he's done this in several different places. It's like a part of his whatever you want to call it, like one of the exhibits or piece. I don't know. Like he takes it down and builds it back up in another place. Like his work is so beautiful, and this is just all straight up this dude. So they have a lot of Dale Chihuly at the botanical garden. I'll even bring up a picture. So he creates like the most whimsical, outrageous looking blown glass